Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin wassalatu wassalamu ala sayyidil anbiya'i wal mursaleen wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in amma ba'd fa'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim bismillahir rahmanir rahim ya ayyuhan nasu u'budu rabbakum alladhi khalaqakum wal ladhina min qablikum la'allakum tattaqun sadaqal azim Allahumma salli ala sayyidina maulana Muhammadin nabiyil ummi wa ala alihi wa sallim tasliman kathira. We begin by praising Allah Azza Jal, and we thank Him that truly indeed He has blessed us, that we have been reciting throughout the month of Rajab and Sha'ban, that Ya Rabbal Alamin bless us in the month of Rajab, bless us in the month of Sha'ban, enable us to reach Ramadan. And Alhamdulillah, we have reached Ramadan. It's truly a mercy for us, a blessing for us, the month of Ramadan. As many have not reached, and maybe today will be the last, and maybe who knows how many days we have. But one thing for sure is that if mine and your Ramadan remain static, if mine and your Ramadan remain static and doesn't help us to achieve the purpose in which Ramadan was sent for, then truly indeed, what is the difference between this Ramadan or any other month? What is the difference between month of Sha'ban or month of Rabiul Awwal to Ramadan? What is the difference between any other month of the year if we cannot achieve the purpose in which Ramadan was sent for? So first and foremost is that we thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that we are in the month of Ramadan. We've embarked upon it, it's dawned upon us. But now the one thing that we have to do is endeavor, is to strive and to go against the norm. And that's why, as you can see in everything that you see in Ramadan, what you see in Ramadan is that, for example, if you take the 24 hours, the 5 daily prayers will take you about 1 hour 15 minutes. Taraweeh is taking you maybe 1 hour 15 minutes. This is just one prayer. This is against the norm. The Taraweeh prayer, you're standing, you're sitting, going to sajda, is against the norm. He Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and the prophetic message and the prophetic message of the pious and righteous, what they're saying is go against the norm. Endeavor and go against the norm. What is mine and your norm? Is mine and your norm is, for example, missing prayer, bring it back to balance and establish the prayer. If mine and your norm is, for example, being and wasting time and spending hours and hours on television, bring it back, endeavor and bring it to norm where you actually got control over it. If mine and your norm is spending hours and hours on social media, on Facebook and Twitter, bring it back to the norm and bring it to a level in which you have control over it. In other words, what I'm saying is that try to bring balance, and that's what Ramadan is bringing balance back into your life. The negative usage that you're doing with your body, with your mind, with your heart, is to eradicate the negative usage and start inputting and exert positive usage with your body, mind and heart. So like I was saying is that really if you think about it, it's a golden opportunity when we say that to go against the norm. It's a golden opportunity. If you imagine that you have been beaten up all year round, let's say, for example, it doesn't happen. I hope it doesn't happen, and I hope it's not happening. But let's say, for example, a person is beaten up by a gangster. There's a gangster, and he beats him up every single day. And he really, really wants to beat him, but he has no strength, he has no ability, he has no power. The gangster is more powerful, and he has his friends. He has his friends. So you are thinking is that one day, if I find a time when he's alone, I will get my weapon and maybe I can do something really, really damage to him. And that day comes. His henchmen are not there, his friends are not there, Hans is very weak, he doesn't have any weaponry, he's even actually busy, doesn't know you're about to come, and he's open there and you can do damage to him. You can do anything to him, run him over, do anything whatsoever. I'm not saying you become very violent, by the way, I'm just saying just so you can understand. I don't actually say they should be violent people. But what I'm trying to say is that that opportunity comes where you can do whatever damage you want so that he learns a lesson that he never comes back again and he never does this to you again. He never does this again. And you can sustain whatever damage you want to do to him there and then. You can even finish him there and then. Now, I want you to imagine that gangster is like the devil and sins, disobedience, sinfulness. Throughout the year, you would have had maybe 2-3 weaknesses which you know. Yourself, myself, we usually, shaitan inputs, there are 3 weaknesses this person will have, or 2 weaknesses. Some people's weaknesses, for example, will be busy doing fraudulent acts. Some people are deceiving people. Some people, their weaknesses may be the gazes, watching the internet and the TV and having no control over the gazes. Some people, their weaknesses could be, for example, laziness. Some people's weaknesses could be, for example, lying. Every single one of us have 2-3 major weaknesses, which throughout the year has been hammering us, shackling us, and keeping us down. You know what they are now. Why Ramadan is a blessing is that now shaitan's been locked up. Get those weaknesses and exert yourself and really hammer the daylights out of it. I.e., endeavor as much as possible going against your norm, which was these evil practices. Go against it and go to the extreme. For example, if gazing was a difficulty for you, a hard thing for you to do, instead of looking at the TV, look at the Quran. Read the Quran. Spend hours looking at the Quran. Spend hours reading the books. Spend hours reading the Hadith. Mubarakah. Do that. Look at the blessed name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Look at the Medina Sharif. Look at that. So bring it and exert it. Go against it and go to bring balance from those despicable sights that your eyes were gazing upon. Bringing a balance is go to the extreme level of looking at Allah's name, visualizing the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, visualizing the Gumbad al-Khadara, reading the Quran, the blessed words, the kalam of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, looking at the hadith, looking at the blessed words of nasiha. These things will bring back control in your gazes. Hammer it, endeavor it, really, really bring it back to level. So it's a month of endeavoring, bringing balance back into your life, in your worship, in your ibadat, where negative usage is eradicated and positive usage actually brought back into your life with your body, mind and heart. So what are we going to do in the month of Ramadan? Let me just tell you, today's the first day, and maybe on the last day of the month of Ramadan, we will still probably be the same if we don't actually have a plan. I ask yourself, myself, and you're saying, what we say that Ramadan only comes once in the year. Very important occasion which the Prophet highlighted. This is such a blessed month in which he encourages to actually do amal and energize, focus, connect, re-establish our link with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. My question to yourself is, what have we done to plan for it? How are you going to occupy your time? Because now the timings have changed of eating. Okay, those times, how are you going to occupy the time we used to eat? We used to have breakfast. We used to have lunch. We used to have supper. We used to actually do other things. How are you going to occupy yourself? Or are you going to be like the day drifters who drifts here and drifts there and drifts there, and then that's it? The next day they'll drift towards goodness, and then the next hour they'll drift towards evil again. If you don't occupy yourself, then let me just tell you that if you don't busy yourself in something good, although the big shayateens are locked away, the little shayateens are still around, they will occupy you in evil. So plan. Your 24-hour schedule, Monday, Tuesday, whatever days you have, plan and formulate something which you are busying yourself with, something which is positive. Not negative, positive. With your body, with your mind, with your heart. Do something positive. Be it prayer, be it tasbihat, be it dhikr, be it different, be it tilawat of the Quran, whatever, charity, whatever you think, do something positive. And the other thing is do something, just don't do anything, not do anything. Do something positive, i.e. do amal, because this is the energy reserve bank of good deeds, is something which is the fuel that has to last you, that has to take you for the next 11 months. Hence why if I say this word, where people will be saying, if you really introspect inwardly, whatever phase of life you are, wherever capacity you're doing, whether you're a professional, whether you're a factory worker, whether you're a businessman, whether you're a student, whether you're a scholar, whether you're a hafiz, you need to ask yourself and introspect in yourself and say to yourself do I feel as though from last Ramadan, this Ramadan, do I feel as though I have actually excelled and advanced my relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala or not? Do I feel as though that my relationship rather feels very weak and distant? Is it the case that there's hollowness, that there's a hollow feeling inside? Is it the case I feel very distant from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Is it the case that I feel very weak, lack of energy, as if completely drained? If that's the case, if that is how you're feeling, if that's the case, well, there's good news. What's the good news? Now is like you come to the energy bank of Ramadan to charge and recharge and reconnect and re-establish your link, our link with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and then re-energize, fill up the energy level of good deeds so that that level is so filled that is sufficient for you to take you all the way through the 11 months after Ramadan. Hence why now one of the reasons why you see that already, if you look at the hadith Mubarak of the Prophet ﷺ, is that you look at it, there is so much in every angle, in every angle and aspect you're seeing that He ﷺ is giving targheeb upon you to do good. For example, any good you do in this month is 70 times manifold reward. Do good, recite 7 times more, charity 7 times more, prayer 7 times more. In other words, busy yourself, activate yourself and increase the reserve bank of your good deeds, which is running low and empty, because the good deeds is like the catalyst, the fuel that will help you in your journey towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If your deeds are not there, if the fuel is not there, the vehicle cannot move. It cannot take you. It cannot go there. It remains static. And then, as you know, is that unfortunately if you go on a country road and you're all alone and it's dark and your vehicle stops, it's very dangerous. Anything can come and overtake you and rob you. And that's what's happening to me and you throughout the year. Many brothers and sisters, it's already happened, has happened, will happen, is that the highway robbers of good deeds, as shayateen and devils, they'll come and they rob everything off you. And sometimes the greatest thing that they can rob is our iman. So see this Ramadan in a positive light. See this Ramadan a way in which Ramadan will bring balance back to your life. See this Ramadan a Ramadan of amal and action, and make it different from other years. Make it different and don't remain static. Jazakumullah khair wa ahsana jazaa. Subhanakallah wa bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Now we'll do some dhikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from shawbah, from tasbihat and hamd for a short while, and then inshallah we can all go home. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. فاذكروني أذكركم واشكروا لي ولا تكفرون. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم. مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم محمد سيد الكونين والثقلين والفريقين من عرب ومن عجم مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم سبحان الله والحمد لله ولا إله إلا الله والله أكبر سبحان الله والحمد لله ولا إله إلا الله والله أكبر سبحان الله والحمد لله ولا إله إلا الله والله أكبر سبحان الله والحمد لله ولا إله إلا الله والله أكبر ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم الله 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 لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله أستغفر الله الذي لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم وأتوب إليه أستغفر الله الذي لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم وأتوب إليه أستغفر الله الذي لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم وأتوب إليه اللهم صل على سيدنا ومولانا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وسلم اللهم صل على سيدنا ومولانا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وسلم اللهم صل على سيدنا ومولانا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وسلم الحمد لله رب العالمين والعاقبة للمتقين والصلاة والسلام على سيد الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman Rahim, Malik Ad-Dunya Al-Akhirah, we have offered Salat Al-Isha and Taraweeh, and we did some nasiha and listened to do the dhikr, Ya Rabbal Alamin. Please, by your fazl and by your grace and mercy, accept this ibadat and worship of ours, Ya Rabbal Alameen. Ya Rabbal Alameen, whatever mistakes that we've made in our recitation, in our nasiha, in our talks, Ya Rabbal Alameen, in our dhikr, please forgive us, and by your grace and mercy, please overlook us. And enable us to draw closer to you with every single ruku, with every single sajda, with every single recitation of your kalam, Ya Rabbal Alameen. Help us to devote ourselves in this blessed month of Ramadan. Help us to exert ourselves, exert our nafs towards your obedience, Ya Rabbal Alameen. Help us to do good and positive with our body, with our mind and heart, and refrain from evil with the body, mind and heart, Ya Rabbal Alameen. Help our heart to connect, which has been distant. Help our mind to connect, which has been aloof. And help our heart to beat, which has stopped beating, Ya Rabbal Alameen, of your name and of your obedience, Ya Rabbal Alameen. Ya Allah, grant us a tongue that does your dhikr, a mind that does your fikr, and a heart that beats your name, Ya Rabbal Alameen. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Malik Al-Akhirah, bless all our brothers and sisters throughout the world. The blessings of Ramadan, the blessing of iftar, the blessing of ease and comfort, the blessing and the fuzat of this blessed month, Ya Rabbal Alameen. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, for those brothers and sisters who have nothing to open their fast, grant them sustenance and rest from somewhere to open their fast, Ya Rabbal Alameen. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, help us to be the means through which we can provide for them, Ya Rabbal Alameen. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Rahim, help us to be those people, our hearts which gives and donates and becomes sakhi and has caring for others, Ya Rabbal Alameen. Wa sallallahu khairu khalqihi Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Ameen bi rahmatika Allah. Jazakumullah khair wa sallam.